Well, to be asked to choose my favourites from this wonderful new syllabus is really quite a tall order, but I'll give it a go anyhow. Now, with initial grade, of course, this was a completely brand new venture for ABRSM. So, but I think in the initial grade, one of my favourites has got to be The Lost Bone by Yvonne Adair. And it has this beautiful melody line, which is poor old Boots looking around for his bone. And the right hand is quite patterned with lots of chords, gentle thirds and seconds for that young pianist to get to grips with. I think it will really tug on their heartstrings. In the other piece from the initial grade is The Grand Waltz by Jane Sever, and I just absolutely adore it. It's an alternative piece and it's in C10, and I think for that young pianist coming in for their very first exam experience, to come in to play something as wonderful as The Grand Waltz with their teacher, I can't imagine anything better, to be honest. Then at grade 1, we've got some lovely, lovely pieces. And just to choose two, the Parsons Farewell, which is an arrangement of A3, got that lovely vigour that a lot of young students really, really do take to. And then B2, The Swing by Chi Hua Tan, has got to be a special favourite of mine because it really, really does help to develop that musical sensitivity, which is so important in these early grades. They need to feel like they're already pianists and not just going through the motions. I'm just going to pick out one at grade 2, and that is C2, which is Angelfish by Anne Crosby Gowden. And again, it's one that really appeals to the imagination, and students really seem to love the floaty sound that they get from that. At grade 3, Bergmüller's Innocence has long been a favourite of mine, and I think it's lovely to see it there because it just helps that grade 3 pianist develop that lovely sense of keyboard geography and that finger dexterity that we need at these List A pieces in such a charming and accessible way. So just to continue with my repertoire choices going up into grade 4, I love to see this Liszt piece that is on at B8. Beautiful piece, and great to see Liszt at grade 4, I think. But also a personal favourite is the Arvo Pärt that we've got at C7, and his For Anna Maria is heart-stoppingly beautiful. Really, really glorious. Grade 5, okay, just going to pick one from here, which is B1, which is the Amy Beach Arctic Night, and this was a real discovery, real little gem by Amy Beach, who's an American composer, of course, and just so delighted to see that there, and I think that will appeal to many, many students at this level. Grade 6, probably a favourite grade for me here, and quite hard to choose, but I just find utterly delightful A1, the Peschetti, the Allegro from the Sonata in C. It just makes me smile with all its little sequences. Nothing too complicated, but nevertheless requiring really good sense of keyboard geography. And C6, which is the Ben Crosland, A View from the Window. I've had students learn this in the past, absolutely adore it. And just gives them that moment. You imagine a teenager learning this reflective sense of themselves, and you know it is quite challenging, but they will overcome that because they want to learn the piece. Going up, grade 7, I have to say I'm delighted that both at grade 7 and grade 8 we've got some Rameau. Grade 7, it's Les Sauvages, fantastic piece. As is the Cradle Song by Ni Han Jin, and so evocative. Now, this was quite a late entry, if you like, to this particular syllabus. And when it was found, it was such a discovery, and we all went, oh, we love this piece. So that would be the B3 Cradle Song. And then finally on to grade 8, you know, the pinnacle of the system. We have that Rameau piece, which is Les Cyclopes at A9. And then we have some Chopin, some beautiful Chopin on at B5, very well known, but a lovely, exquisite A minor Mazurka Opus 17, which requires lots of sensitive changes of mood and how to handle that whole Mazurka. And in the C pieces, I think a personal favourite of mine is the Sculthorpe, the Snow, Moon and Flowers, which are just really of the essence and exquisite in their simplicity. So some of my favourites, but there are lots more, and I'm sure you'll all find your own.